Previously on Urdess Ascending.
In the prologue, we are introduced to Urdess the Great, a mighty dragon boasting a vast hoard of treasures and glittering scales, which he humorously calls his dragon diamonds. When the storyteller describes Urdess's prized scales, the dragon interjects to correct the narrative, showcasing his playful nature. Taking over the story, Urdess reveals his flexible neck frills, which he discovers can unfurl like wings, allowing him to glide and pick up objects delicately. This newfound versatility leads to humorous and imaginative interactions with the narrator. One day, Urdess spots a diamond wedged between rocks. In his attempt to retrieve it using his neck frills, the gem slips into a small burrow. The narrator then invents a scenario where Urdess gains arms from a magic potion given by a passing dragon. With his new arms, Urdess retrieves the diamond, but humorously pretends to be stuck in the process, prompting the narrator to introduce a helpful mole character. Their imaginative collaboration evolves into a story about a lost princess's diamond bracelet, which Urdess retrieves with the help of his newfound arms. Through perseverance and clever storytelling, Urdess fulfills his promise to return the bracelet, overcoming various obstacles along the way. In Chapter 2, Urdess receives a letter from a small village dealing with a bothersome wolf. Using his mediation skills, Urdess brokers a compromise between the villagers and the wolf, leading to a peaceful coexistence. However, new rumors of a larger, aggressive wolf pack approaching threaten the delicate peace. Urdess suggests inviting the alpha for negotiations, and through patient appeals, he fosters a cooperative relationship between the wolves and villagers. As the valley transforms from tense standoffs into a thriving community, word of Urdess's peacemaking efforts spreads, attracting visitors and merchants. The valley gains renown as a refuge of curiosity and new beginnings, with Urdess's tiny cave overflowing with gifts of gratitude. Urdess enjoys feasting with appreciative villagers and reflecting on his efforts to bring harmony through empathy. As he returns home, he looks forward to new adventures, with the narrator suggesting a charming story of a magical flower next. Chapter 3's The Magic Flower. Dawn's rosy light glimmered across emerald meadows as Urdess departed his snug cave, invigorated for a fresh day's flight. Not long ago, Urdess found a rare wish-granting enchanted flower and unlocked hidden depths of conviction to selflessly serve others. His pure-hearted desire transported him to the dazzling land of wishes realm to see that longing fulfilled through good works rippling outward. As he sailed over the emerald canopy fringe bordering the land of wishes, a strange new scent tickled the dragon's flared nostrils. Was that peppermint? Curiosity lured him towards currents of cloying smells until before rolling hills frothed with peaks of whipped cream forests into view burst a queer kingdom of narrow lanes paved in red and white striped fudge blinking precarious houses of frosted gingerbread, beside a glinting central castle of crystalline mint candy towers. Before this confounding carnival, winged sugar-plum fairies bearing lollipop scepters fluttered forth. "Welcome, winged visitor to the Peppermint Providence. I am Queen Sucrosa," declared their leader. "Might you brave the fracturing frosted fjord to aid us?" As Urdess listened to dire stories of collapsing cookie bridges, thoughts turned toward how vapor from his fiery breath might forge stronger infrastructure to support citizens of such delicate, delectable realms. Arriving in this magical domain, eager to answer a calling greater than himself, the curious dragon explored every marvel his path crossed. By fortune's hand, one glorious dawn, he stumbled upon valleys of gingerbread cottages, fudge paths, and frosting fjords comprising Queen Sucrosa's Peppermint Providence. There he discovered an entire society of whimsical fairy folk facing a structural crisis threatening citizens delicately handcrafted from icing, gumdrops, and sweets. "Brave dragon, I beseech thy aid so my people might endure," implored the queen after detailing collapse dangers. Moved by such desperate plight, resourceful Urdess swiftly surveyed the cracked crystalline castle. Indeed, this crumbling infrastructure desperately needed reinforcements from one whose might and resourcefulness might triumph over a dilemma so dire. Urdess triumphantly saving the confectionery queendom. With an ingenious final flame breath idea sounds like a perfect next beat. I can envision a fun montage of him trying various techniques before a stroke of inspiration fuels an unconventional solution. At once Urdess fluttered amidst the cracking icy ramparts, seeking how best to reinforce the failing infrastructure. He attempted to exhale gentle warmth, but the structures simply melted faster. Blasts of fire to hardened surfaces exploded delicate dividers into shards. The concerned dragon paced, stamps leaving charred footprints. Every fiery breath tactic failed these all-too-flammable foundations built of spun sugar and fudge. Morose residents offered gratitude for earnest efforts, though hope swiftly evaporated like snowflakes on tongues. Just as Urdess prepared to concede stalemate defeat, one final possibility struck that could especially spare citizens while solidifying their beloved architecture. What if contained inner flame could forge while leaving exquisite exteriors intact? Hurrying to the central tower, Urdess inhaled deeply, then released swirling vortexes of gentle yet persistent fire circling inside hollow frail frameworks. Like an oven baking gingerbread, the controlled heat gradually crystallized load-bearing inner supports without scorching charming outer aesthetics. Cooling fins of mint-sealed sturdy renovations. Jubilant fairy folk erupted into joyful praise for Urdess' clever scale work safeguarding their fanciful home from utter collapse. A grand parade and feats of confectionery sweets were celebrated deep into the night in the kind dragon's sugary honor. Sweet success at last hard won. As twilight fell over restored candy towers glittering radiantly once more, Queen Sucrosa summoned Urdess to the royal hall of sweet splendors. There before throngs of adoring fairy subjects, she bestowed upon the ingenious dragon savior a crystalline vase housing the rarest treasure in the peppermint providence, the fabled wish-granting peppermint rose. Its pearlescent petals glimmered, awaiting epical desire. Bravest Urdess, thy perseverance despite setbacks and compassion securing my people's future shall ring through legend forevermore, proclaimed the queen. So please accept this heirloom blossom, that your most noble dream now flourishes through its mystical power to manifest reality. Gasps rippled amongst well-wishers witnessing such peerless bequeathing. Overwhelmed by this trust in his pure intent, humbled Urdess gently accepted the delicate vase with gentle claws. Voice momentarily caught in his throat, at last words formed. Dearest Queen Sucrosa, how deeply I treasure this gift beyond measure. Your people's spirit and creativity are the true gems here. I am forever honored to call the Peppermint Providence also home. With a final gracious bow, the audience erupted into crystalline cheers for kind Urdess the dragon who mended their marvelous world of forbidden sweet fantasy. As he soared homeward under starlit skies, carefully clutching the wish rose, Urdess marveled at the day's fortunes. When solutions seemed improbable, he persevered creatively until protecting those needing his unique strengths. Each hardship overcome readies me for greater service, pondered the dragon peacefully. With the glimmering flower nestled in his snuggest nook of collected wonders, contented Urdess soon slipped into rejuvenating dreams brimming with inspiration for fresh ventures soon unfolding. One sunny morning, Urdess awakens from dreams of chasing butterflies as a dog. He notices the wish-granting flower glowing and nibbles on a petal, transforming into a dog himself. Astonished by his new form, Urdess experiences the world with heightened senses and newfound agility. During his exploration, Urdess encounters a squirrel and battles between his dragon instincts and new canine urges. He chooses to release the squirrel, learning the importance of self-control. Following his nose, Urdess discovers a lost dog named Cliff and decides to help him return home. While chasing Cliff, Urdess experiences the challenges and excitement of his new form, from navigating through a field of flowers to encountering a human boy named Jacob. Jacob helps Urdess, and they share a meal together, forging a new friendship. As the day ends, Urdess realizes the transformation was a magical experience that taught him empathy and the value of seeing the world from different perspectives. Returning to his dragon form, Urdess reflects on his adventure and the lessons learned, ready for future challenges.
Thank you.